This is Matt from Dice to the Round Table. Thanks for checking out this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment if you have questions or input or anything you want to add to this discussion, and don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And let's get to this. What is this? I've talked about this. This is a tactic talk about the 4-squad focus and list building that I've talked about on the channel. And I'm going to go on a journey and recap some of my experiences focusing on that. So what we had the other day is I did do, if you checked out the battle review I recently posted, it was about my game the other day, and it was focused on a 750 point list and working with an army of Germans with a multi-purpose list. But most importantly, 4 squads. Why 4 squads? Check out the tactics video. But otherwise, the 4 squads give great flexibility. So let's go through what I had. Considerations before I did the list. 750 points, and you're like, 4 squads, that's really tight. It is. Do I take a Panzer IV? I decided no, because I really don't like the new Tiger Fear rules, and this is a huge point sink for what I want for flexibility. Do I want assault rifles? I really was torn. Assault rifles are great for German players, but I decided I wanted to do something with a contemporary rifle list. LMGs, I want to maximize them. So a 4 squad list, I'm taking an LMG in each squad. That is non-negotiable. Panzerfaust, I was really torn. I made up 2 different lists, one with, one without. And in the end, I made sure each squad had a Panzerfaust because I had the best armor penetration I had was a +3, and that was from my medium howitzer. Otherwise, my anti-tank rifles were +2, and the medium mortar is a +2, but it can get out to a +3 because it hits from the top, so it gets that extra bonus. So I had the mortar, but again, the best I had was a +3. So the Panzerfaust would just give a little extra, hey, if you want to put something in danger, I have something that has a good chance of penetrating an armor. And in that game, check out the battle review, I did fire 2 Panzerfausts at a Sherman, and that is what actually did it in, is the second shot. So this list must have 4 squads. I've talked about using a sniper, at least for the anti-sniper duel aspect. And it's just another threat distraction, and a mortar with a spotter. My official list was this. For lieutenant with an aide, both being vet at 103 points. Small teams helps. Being vet makes them stick around. I really didn't use Snap 2 as much in this game. However, I had that flexibility. I felt like I should have deployed the lieutenant next to the start of the game with the regular squad and the anti-tank rifle to get them moving. But in the end, the lieutenant really helped provide another pin option when firing. I have 4 identical Heer Grenadier squads. They were all regular. They were 75 points each. NCO with a rifle, LMG, a loader for the LMG, a Panzerfaust and rifle guy, and a regular rifle. It does not leave a lot of flexibility. If they start taking hits, you got to sit there and go, which one do I want to take away? Do I want to keep the Panzerfaust? Do I need to keep the loader? Thankfully, in my game, 1 unit got totally wiped out. Another unit lost 2, but that was after the Panzerfaust was gone. So, well, I already shot the Panzerfaust. Don't need him. So this was 300 points. So out of a 750 list, 300 points were sunk into straight infantry. Not weapons teams, not support teams that are infantry, just straight infantry. This gave me 20 infantry units that were divided up into 4. I had my medium mortar with a spotter at 60 points regular. Oh, that got cut off. Points. Sniper team vet, 65 points. Anti-tank rifle team at 30 points. And then the one that I really went back and forth, I was debating on a 222. But I decided, you know what? I want a medium howitzer. I want the biggest howitzer I can take for HE. And Germany has a unique role. They have a lot of support weapons or tanks that are self-propelled, and they're enclosed. They're not open top. So this was a Stu 42. It's 190 points. It was regular. It was a medium howitzer, and it had the vehicle MMG, which I did not actually use, and I kind of forgot about. I was really focused on that medium howitzer shot. This was the first time I really played with a medium howitzer, and oh boy, does it hurt. The 3-inch template, the +3 penetration, this is a veteran killer. So I really didn't use this for anti-tank because I was focused like, hey, if he clustered up infantry next to his Sherman, then maybe it'd be a 2-for-1 deal. I hit the Sherman, center the template on the tank, and hopefully get 1 or 2 units or guys hanging around the tank. Because in the game, they were hanging around the tank really close. But I never got that shot. So this was the list. This was like, I think just shy of 750 points or 750 on the money. But this was what I took. Now, looking back, I think I squeezed everything I possibly could. The key was this was 9 dice. 9 dice for a German game. Remember, every 100 points you kind of want to have a dice. So at 750 points, you really want 7 to 8 dice. This was a 9 dice list, so I definitely had dice advantage. I had the tank was the only thing on reserve, and that really did hurt me. It took me about 3 turns before it came in, and it missed, and then hit. But when it hit, it did hit. So I really think this was a good core to build from, and that's what my goal is. I think I'm going to take this list whenever I play Germany this year, for the rest of this year and next year. I'm going to work with this list and see what I can do to fine tune. So it was hold until relieve as attacker. So I had everything but the tank on the table. That was really an advantage. What if I was the defender? I would have had 2 infantry units on the table, as secured as I could. One definitely in the woods like my opponent did. The other one I think I would have put where he had his spotter to help provide cover approaching the objective on the right flank. I would have ended up with the Stu in first wave because his tank would be in reserve. So my Stu first wave would have at least an advantage to respond at least 1 shot. It would have gotten at least maybe 1 or 2 shots, and it would have made his tank have to go after my tank, or so it would have changed the dynamic. Instead, the sniper team was very a priority target, and then it was the Panzerfaust infantry squads. But again, as with 9 dice, I can apply roughly, if everything hits, 9 pins a turn, 8 pins a turn. Or more if it's AHE shots. But again, if I was the defender, I would definitely put mortar on first wave. I would leave maybe the anti-tank team and the and reserve. The anti-tank team would have been reserved no matter what. And I would have been playing a little bit different. I'd be running up, trying to get teams in the position to cover the objective. Okay, what if I had 1,000 points and 1,250 points? So if I had 1,000 points, I definitely would be adding a 5th squad, a 6-man, ideally LMG vet grenadier squad, and I'll be adding in 2 more men to each squad. And what would I do with the rest of the points? I'm not sure yet. But I definitely would make the squads from 5 to 7 as a priority. But I want that 2 LMG vet grenadier squad as another base of fire. I mean, just the LMGs alone firing would be 10. So that's what I would do there. If I was looking at 1250, I definitely would be adding the vet grenadier squad again. Same reason, the dual LMG. Adding 2 to 3 guys per squad. I'd be considering an armored car 222, giving me the autocannon with 2 shots, HE or armor piercing. Again, it's not a great armor piercing, but in the end it gives me 2 shots with that. A little bit more versatile than a light anti-tank gun. I would also consider maybe upgrading a squad or 2 to vet from the regular team, and upgrading the anti-tank rifle team to vet. I think it's like 9 points. So these are things that I'm going to consider when I'm playing the larger games and see how they play out. But again, I just want to reinforce is that 4-squad tactical flexibility. More dice is not bad. Quantity, quality versus back and forth. You could also call this an MSU list, multiple small units at a 750 point game. It is a multiple small unit list. So this has advantages. I lost 2 dice, but I had the flexibility to choose what I wanted to go. Sometimes it's really hard because you're like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Who do I want to go first? And just because I got the dice advantage doesn't mean I got to go first. I think there was like 2 turns I did not go first. 1 turn, I didn't get to do anything until after 3 of my opponent's dice were pulled. So, and then I was on a run. But most of the turns I had first dice run and going. So I was able to put the pins on. I typically sometimes was ending the turns too, so I could follow up with more pins and lead with more pins in the beginning. So that first activate, last activate, really beneficial. And so yeah. Anyway, that was my little vlog for a recap from using this list. Again, what was I focused on? My focusing it was on a 4-squad list, multi-purpose, and having and including a 4-squad sniper, mortar, and spotter. Did the sniper do anything? No, but it was a threat, which closed down certain channels, made my opponent think about where they were going to bring in units, made him a high priority, so instead of dropping HE to take out squads, he took a turn to take out the sniper. The sniper did get 2 shots off, 1 failed, 1 hit, and was it great? No, but for the points, it gave a different threat to my opponent to make them respond to. So anyway, thanks for making the end of this. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are your non-negotiables when it comes to a list? And have you actually sat and done a list where you really tried to tweak it and evaluate it in all scenarios? Again, this is just the first of hopefully several to come. So thanks again for watching. This is Matt from Dice Roundtable signing off.